Hey gang, Tom here. I'm going to do another little vector tutorial using nothing but the vector pencil. I find that gives me a cool looking little sketch, a vector sketch. So anyway, I'm going to open up a new canvas, 12 by 18, 300 DPI, CYMK colors. I'm going to bring in my source image, lovely little camel. Look at that, look at those eyes, beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to drop the opacity on that source image. I like to duplicate it and shove a copy off on the left side for reference. Hotkey N for pencil. Now the pencil tool, it creates shapes. You start and you finish in the same spot, and it automatically fills it with a color, and then you can select that color. Double click the color up there to pull up the color palette. Keep the source images on top in the layers panel so you can see what you're doing. You can hit the A key to select the node adjustment tool. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just creating shapes. I'm just creating shapes on top of shapes. Shapes on top of shapes. Base layer, base color, highlights, darks. Double click again to select the color palette. Once I've got all those shapes created, I like to select all of them, then hit Command G to group it. Now I'm going to do all my line work the same way. Pencil tool, shapes, just really thin shapes. And now, once again, now that I've got all my line work pretty much finished, I like to, I'm going to go in the layers panel and select all those lines. Hit Command G to group them, title it lines. And now it's time for the coloring. Okay, I'm just going to do a rough outline of the entire camel. I will go back and adjust it by hitting A for the node adjustment tool again. Drop that color underneath the lines and the eyes in the layers panel again. A for adjustment. I'm going to go clean this up. I do find that it, my personal style, I'm not anal about having all the colors in the lines. It kind of gives it a good sketch watercolor feel to it. I like it. Now, after I've got most of the colors, the base and everything, I like to just, the lights and shadows, I just take some liberties with it. I always like to draw with the sun coming in on the left, so I'll do the highlights on the left, I'll do the shadows on the right, and it's just my style. And once again, all the colors, I'm going to select all the colors in the layer panels and Command G for group. Now it's time to do some whiskers. And whiskers, I really do use the brush tool, the vector brush command, or I'm sorry, hotkey B. I set the pressure so that more pressure, the line gets thicker, and less pressure, the line gets thinner. And I'll group all those whiskers, Command G, title it whiskers. I think it's time to go ahead and save this and export it. I like to export, well, first I like to group the entire image into one group. I'll leave the whiskers on outside of the group right now because I like to play around with the stroke. So I'll group everything into one group and then I'll give it a stroke, and it's just kind of a creative little fun I like to have. But anyway, save it, export it, and I like to export as a JPEG. so I can display on social media or whatever, and then I'll export it as a PNG vector file, selection only. That way it gives it a transparent background. And we're done here.